Hello everyone. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is your chapter number 8, how do organisms reproduce? Fine. So let us discuss about the chapter. In the previous chapter, in the chapter number 6, we have discussed about life processes which help an organism, which help plants and animals to keep alive, right? Now what we are going to study next is, all the living organisms, they grow old with time and ultimately die. Fine. In fact, every living organisms, they remain alive on this earth for a limited period of time and then dies. Fine. So new organisms, they have to be produced in place of those who die, right? So the production of new organisms from the existing organisms of the same species is called as reproduction. So what is reproduction? Reproduction, it is a process of formation of new generations of young ones of similar type by the grown up individual. All right. So reproduction, it is one of the important, one of the essential process for the survival of a species on this earth, for the continuity of life on the planet earth, right? So we have some of the basic features for the process of reproduction. They are replication of DNA, growth of cell, growth and differentiation of cell, then cell division, which is a general mode of reproduction in single celled organisms, then development of special reproductive structures and formation of new individuals. All right. Next, we have different methods, we have different types of reproduction process. There are two main methods of reproduction in living organisms. They are asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Now we will be discussing about these two modes of reproduction one by one in detail. So let us first discuss about your asexual mode of reproduction. So in asexual reproduction, basically the offsprings, they arises from a single parent. Therefore, the production of a new organism from a single parent without the involvement of sex cells or gametes is called as asexual reproduction. All right. So some of the examples you can quote in asexual type of reproduction, that is binary fission in amoeba, budding in hydra, spore formation in rhizopus fungus or bread mold, regeneration in spirogyra and planaria, and vegetative reproduction in flowering plants like rose plants. Okay. And this asexual type of reproduction, asexual reproduction is the simplest method of reproduction, and it takes place mainly in those organisms whose bodies, they have very simple structure. And the simple animals like simple plants, simple microorganisms like bacteria, they reproduce basically by the process of asexual reproduction method. Fine. Next is, what is sexual mode of reproduction? What is sexual reproduction? It is a reproduction in which two parents are involved for the production of new offspring. Fine. So the production of a new organism from two parents by making use of their sex cells or gametes is called as sexual reproduction. Fine. So if, for examples, it can be seen in humans, frogs, cats. All right. So in sexual reproduction, two parents are needed to produce a new organisms, and those two parents which are involved in sexual reproductions are called male and female. So the basic you can say basic difference between the asexual and sexual mode is that only one parent is needed in asexual, whereas two parents are involved in sexual mode of reproduction. So firstly we will be discussing about your uh, sorry let us compare the two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual. Here you can see uh, on the left side it is given that in asexual an organism it produces an organism of its own kind, which further produces an organism of its own kind, and the process continues so on. Whereas in sexual reproduction two gametes are involved, two parents are involved, and those two parents they release their own gametes which combines to form zygote and then develop, and then offspring will produce. Fine. So this is just a comparison. Here you can see the difference between asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. In sexual reproduction you can see it involves reproduction through any part of the body, like male and female gametes are absent, whereas in sexual reproduction it involves fusion of male and female gametes. In asexual reproduction you will see it is a simple process of cell division, whereas in sexual reproduction the fusion of male and female gametes form zygote from which develops a new individual. This process is known as fertilization. In asexual reproduction no mixing of genetic material takes place, hence less variation is observed, whereas in sexual reproduction mixing of genetic material takes place and hence it shows great extent of variation. In asexual it is asexual is a rapid process during favorable conditions, whereas sexual reproduction is a slower process. For example, in asexual reproduction you will see binary fission in amoeba and budding in hydra, whereas in sexual reproduction in multicellular organism. Fine. So as I told you about asexual mode of reproduction, so there are different methods in asexual mode of reproduction. There are different types. There are mainly six. There are different types of sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, that is fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation also. I have not mentioned here fragmentation, sorry. Fragmentation and vegetative propagation. So basically there are 6 different methods of asexual reproduction. So let us discuss about the first method of asexual reproduction, that is fission. So what is fission? Fission is basically the process of reproduction in unicellular organisms such as amoeba, paramecium and other protozoa, in which the parent organism split to form 2 or more new organisms. Alright. So in this process of fission, a unicellular organism split to form 2 or more new organism. So there are basically 2 types of fission. We have binary fission and we have multiple fission. So let us discuss about these 2 types of fission process. So what is binary fission basically? As its name indicates, binary fission means 2. Binary means 2. So in binary fission, the parent organism splits to form 2 new organisms. It splits to form 2 new organisms. So when this happens, the parent organism it ceases to exist and 2 new organisms come into existence. Alright, for example, amoeba, paramecium, leishmania, bacteria, they reproduce by the process of binary fission. So here I have given you an example of amoeba, that how does amoeba reproduce. So amoeba reproduces by binary fission by dividing its body into 2 parts. And what happens in this, when here in the picture you can see when the amoeba cell has reached its maximum size of growth. Alright, when amoeba cell has reached its maximum size, then first the nucleus of amoeba lengthens in size and then it divides into 2 parts. Alright, So after that, after the division of nuclei, after the division of nucleus, the cytoplasm of amoeba, it divides into two parts and one part around each nuclei. Alright, and in this way one parent of amoeba divides to form two smaller amoebae, which are the daughter cells. Fine. So this is how the division of the reproduction of amoeba takes place by the method of binary fission. Next is an example of paramecium. Paramecium also, it reproduce by the process of binary fission. So what is basically paramecium? Paramecium is a unicellular organism, which have thread like structure called cilia over its body. Here you can see in the picture. So it reproduces by the process of binary fission. So a fully grown paramecium, it divides its body into two parts to form two smaller paramecia. Fine. So it also divides like the way amoeba divides. Firstly, the nucleus, it lengthen in size and divide into two parts, and after that cytoplasm surrounds around each nuclei, and further two paramecia are produced and they grow individually. Next is the further type of fission, which is multiple fission. What is multiple fission? It is also an asexual method of reproduction in animals, in organisms. So basically what happens in this, in multiple fission, the parent organism splits to form many new organisms at the same time. See, what is the difference between binary fission and multiple fission? In binary fission, two new organisms are being produced, but in multiple fission, many new organisms at the same time can be produced. Fine. So how does it happen? Basically, under favorable and even in unfavorable conditions also, a cyst or a protective wall is formed around a cell of a single celled organism. For example, for example, Plasmodium, which is a protozoa. So basically what happens, inside the protective wall, the nucleus of cell firstly divides to form many smaller nuclei, which are called as daughter nuclei, and then these daughter nuclei are being surrounded by the cytoplasm. All right, and in this way many new daughter cells, they are formed from a single parent cell and grow individually, separately. So this basically it happens when the walls of the cell walls of the cyst break down. Only then the nucleus with the cytoplasm, it releases outside. So basically a Plasmodium is a best example. Plasmodium is a protozoan which reproduces by the asexual method of multiple fission. And about thousands of daughter cells are being produced by the multiple fission of one Plasmodium cell. एक Plasmodium cell की division से around 1000 of daughter cells जो है वो produce किए जाते हैं. Fine. And let me tell you one thing more, that Plasmodium, it is a malarial parasite which produces malaria disease in human beings. Fine. So next method of asexual reproduction is budding. What is budding? In budding, small part of the body of the parent organism grows out as a bud, which then detached and becomes a new organism. Hydra Hydra and yeast are the examples of this type of reproduction, this asexual type of reproduction. Hydra, what is Hydra? Hydra is a simple multicellular animal and it reproduces by the process of budding. In this picture you can see that the body of this hydra, it is having a small bud. It reproduces a small bud, fine, and then when this small bud, it grows inside, and ultimately time will come when it detaches itself from the parent body and grows individually. All right, hydra is not a single cell. It is a simple multicellular organism, multicellular animal. It is a group of cell. Next example of budding you can see in yeast. So what happens in yeast? Basically, what is yeast? Yeast is a tiny unicellular non-green plant which is a fungus, and it reproduces by budding. Here in this picture you can see this figure shows a parent yeast cell. Parent yeast cell means which is a complete plant, and you can see in this picture, in yeast, first a bud appears on the outside of the cell wall. The nucleus of that parent yeast cell then divides into two parts. One part of the nuclei moves into the bud. Ultimately, the bud separates off from the parent yeast cell and then forms a new yeast cell. Alright, so budding in yeast, it however often takes place so fast that the first bud starts forming their own buds, and all of them remains attached to the parent yeast cell, forming a chain of yeast cell. Here you can see in the picture. Alright, but after some time all the yeast cells of the chain, they separate from one another and form individual yeast cell. Alright, so our next method of asexual reproduction is spore formation. So what is spore formation? Spore formation is a method in asexual reproduction. It generally happens in non-flowering plants such as fungi and bacteria. And in this type of asexual reproduction, the parent plant generates thousands of spores which individually grow in a plant, and these spores are microscopic and round in shape and grow in suitable conditions. Okay, so under favorable conditions they germinate and produce a new plant. So basically so you can define a spore formation. What is spore formation? It is a method of asexual reproduction in which the parent plant produces hundreds of microscopic reproductive units like spores, called as spores. When these spores, in case of plant burst, these spores, they spread into the air, and when these airborne spores, they land on the food or on the soil under favorable conditions like warm conditions, damp condition, moist conditions, they germinate to produce new organisms. So examples of this mode of reproduction can be seen in fungi like Rhizopus, Mucus. It can be seen in bacteria, can be seen in non-flowering plants such as mosses, ferns. Here you can see in the picture that sporangia is having spores inside it, and the time will come when they get fully mature. These sporangia, they burst and releases or disperse spores in the air. Our next mode of asexual reproduction is regeneration. So what is regeneration? Regeneration is asexual reproduction, and it is the ability of a simple organism to regrow its lost parts. Fine. So it is basically the process of getting back a full organism from its body parts. It's called as regeneration. It can be seen in the simple organism, they are more successful with regeneration than complex organisms, and it can be seen in hydra and planaria. Also in some crabs can grow new claws or body parts after the original ones are lost. Here in this picture you can see examples of planaria, hydra and starfish are given. Here it is being shown that how how planaria regenerate, how hydra is being regenerated, how starfish reproduces. So basically planaria is a flat worm. It is a flat worm which is found in fresh water, freshwater ponds and the slow moving streams. So planaria, they possesses a great power of regeneration. If the body of planaria somehow cuts into two or into number of pieces, then each body piece can generate into a simple planaria by growing all the missing parts. Alright, so it has a great power of regeneration. In the same manner, you can see in hydra also. Hydra also divides its body. Hydra also you can see the process of regeneration. If body part of hydra is being lost, then each part is able to grow on its own, or it has ability to reproduce, it has ability to regenerate, it has ability to renew its lost part. Next method is fragmentation. What is fragmentation? The breaking up of the body of a simple multicellular organism into two or more pieces. On maturing, each subsequently grows to form a complete new organism, which is called as fragmentation. Fine. And the organisms like Spirogyra and sea anemone can reproduce by the method of fragmentation. Spirogyra, basically it is a green filamentous algae which is found in ponds, lakes and slow moving streams. The Spirogyra, it simply breaks into two or more fragments on maturation, and each fragment then grows into a new Spirogyra. Alright. Whereas sea anemone is a marine organism. It is a marine organism which reproduces by the process of fragmentation. Here you can see in the picture fragmentation in Spirogyra, that the body of Spirogyra, it breaks down into fragments, and each fragment is then able to grow on its own. Our next method of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. What is a vegetative propagation? It is a mode of asexual reproduction in which plant parts are detached from the parent and form a new plant. So structures which help in vegetative propagation are called as vegetative propagules. For example, rhizome, tuber, leaves also. And there are basically two kinds of vegetative propagations. We have natural propagation and we have artificial propagation. So natural propagation can be seen through roots, stems and leaves, whereas artificial vegetative propagation can be seen through cutting, layering and grafting.